Hi everybody, I want to talk to you a little bit about facelift surgery today. A lot of our patients are really afraid of the term facelift. The first thing that comes to their mind is facelift, I'm going to look like someone else, I'm going to be fake looking, and that's really a real fear that we lay to rest with the way that we do our facelift procedure. First of all, our goal is not to make you look like someone else. Our goal is to make you look rejuvenated and natural. And that's because we do a deep plane face and neck lift. I've been doing deep plane facelifting for over 20 years, and the procedure has evolved and improved over the last few years, even better than before. So let me start by explaining the process to you. First, you would have a consultation with me, either in person or virtually. After we see you, we make the assessment of what procedure you need. I'm a minimizer. I really try to get away with the least that I can do to get you the best results. Oftentimes, people come in thinking that they just need a little submental liposuction, but there's a lot more going on than just removing fat. They have skin laxity, muscle laxity. Sometimes their glands are hanging down. Just doing liposuction is not going to take care of that. The layers in your neck consist of the skin, the fat underneath the skin, but there is muscle under that, as well as deep fat that's under the muscle, and other glands and muscles that are underneath that all contribute to the heaviness and sagging in the neck. You go ahead and speak to our coordinators about scheduling, cost, and everything else that involves. Facelift surgery, unlike other surgeries, is a very meticulous and intricate procedure. It's done carefully, either under deep sedation, where we give you some drugs in your veins and you're sleepy, you don't remember anything, or under general anesthesia with gas that you're breathing instead of drugs in your veins. I've done the procedure both ways. Both work very well, and we tailor the procedure and the anesthesia to the patient. So recovery generally is about 2 to 3 weeks. If we're talking about neck lift, for example, patients generally feel well within a week to 10 days. All the sutures are removed, and they can be out with makeup within 2 weeks with no problem. If we're doing a chemical peel or a laser resurfacing at the same time, usually by 2 weeks the entire skin is peeled and you have brand new skin on your face. Years ago I had a patient that did not tell me that she's participating in a beauty pageant, but she was in her early 50s and she won a beauty pageant with 40-year-old contestants after having a full face and neck lift and laser resurfacing. Post-op care is as important as the surgery, and we usually see our patients the next day. We take down the dressings, make sure everything is looking good. We see you again in about 5 to 7 days for some of the sutures to be removed, and again in about 10 to 14 days if we have to go over skincare instructions, if you had a peel. I do recommend lymphatic massages. I think it helps get rid of swelling much faster. We'll recommend hyperbaric oxygen on occasion on patients that have had prior surgery. Generally, we see patients at 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year, and we want to keep tabs on you, make sure you're doing well, and steer you in the right direction so you have excellent healing. For our patients that are flying in for surgery, we generally would like them to stick around for at least the first 10 to 14 days. I like them to be around for 2 weeks. If anybody gets a drain, the drain is usually out within the first week. Sutures are out by 10 to 14 days. And if you're doing well at that time, then the chances of having problems are much lower. And then we can do the rest of the follow-up virtually. I generally would like to see the patients again with us in person somewhere between 3 to 6 months if that's possible, and if not, we can do that at the 1 year. Another question that we are asked often is, how long does a facelift last? In general, with facelift surgery, neck lift surgery, we are turning the clock back, but we're not stopping the clock. So you're going to continue to age. just like we're all aging. I wish we could stop time, but we can't. We generally say your facelift result will last about 10 years. You know, if it's somebody who's younger that has very good skin elasticity, those results can last 10 to 15 years. If it's someone who's older that has lost a lot of skin elasticity and doesn't have very good tissues, then that result may last closer to 5 to 7 years. I'd say if you start thinking about your face sagging, generally people start thinking about things sagging on their face in their 40s, mid 40s to early 50s. That is the appropriate age for the first facelift. Recently, I saw one of my patients in her 70s for an injectable, just some Botox and fillers. And I complimented her on her face. I said that she looks great. I did not remember that I had done a facelift on her 16 years ago. She did not look like she was in her 70s. She looked great. So she had done a facelift when she was 55 years old, and the result had lasted long for her. Well, you know, the term facelift is a general facelift. And a lot of doctors, when they say a facelift, they're doing minimal manipulation of the deeper tissues, meaning that they're relying mostly on a skin lift or just a minor tightening of the deeper tissue to give you the facial rejuvenation. Well, those facelifts don't look as natural and don't last as long. And deep flame face and neck lifts are more intricate, they take more time. Our surgery time is somewhere between 5 to 6 hours. You know, most of my patients that have had a facelift with me will get compliments on their makeup, on how rested they look, on how their hair looks better. But nobody will say, hey, did you have a procedure? Did you have a facelift? What is that scar? They don't even see the scars because they heal well. So, you know, doing a deep flame facelift is a different technique, and it does produce better results in the surgeon's hand, and people that are experienced with it do charge more for that procedure because of all of those reasons and because of all the care and aftercare that is involved. It's worth the investment. You just have to choose the right person that has the experience and knowledge about the procedure. If you have comments or questions, please type them in below and I will be happy to respond.